Welcome back, students of Night School Horror. As shadows lengthen in the second semester, prepare for a chilling curriculum. Unearth the unknown as we delve deeper into the abyss. This semester, we elevate the darkness where nightmares become lessons. Class is now in session. May you all survive this semester. In one piece.
Hello, my students. The doors are back open in the corridors. I'd like to welcome you to semester number 2 for Night School Horror. Wow, it's been so amazing this past couple of weeks. We have been so busy doing so much studying. I went on a trip. I went on a trip in my favorite rocket ship. I was zooming through the skies, and I found myself back here at Night School Horror. I am your professor, Tommy James, a.k.a. Mr. Oh So Smooth, a.k.a. the Smooth Effect himself. I didn't say that really well. I'm going to try that one more time. The Smooth Effect himself. I like that. Sounds much better. And it's about to get very scary, very haunting, because as we know, the first semester was phenomenal. It was great. It was so much fun. But now it's season 2. We've made it to season 2, to the second semester, where, as we know, it gets harder. Okay? We're moving up the ladder. It's about to get much more difficult. So the students are here, but today we're going to do something different, class. We're all going to play Professor. That's right. We're all going to play. We're going to play a game together. Everybody on the carpet, get on the carpet, because we're going to play a game. Let's start. We have to play this game because it's the second semester. This is how we do it, okay? 2023 has passed us. It's 2024 now. So today we're going to discuss... What?
There's a weird stain on this carpet. I don't want to sit here.
What is that?
Is that blood?
That is
I don't know.
That's a blood.
It looks
stain.
like a decomp stain, but can't tell.
No, we won't pull out the black light.
Blood stains are orange after you wash it 3 or 4 times in the tub.
I've heard.
How do you know that?
But that's normal, ain't it, Norman?
You know what? We're gonna pass on that one and not discuss how Mista Malave knows about all the colors of blood after a certain, washing and whatnot. Speaking of Mista Malave,
Night School Horror.
it's Mista Malave.
Don't ask questions; it makes you liable.
Mista Malave, welcome back to season 2 of
Eminem song, people.
It's your life.
Possible deniability.
It sounds like it sounds like an experience, sir. Mista Malave, welcome back to the second semester of Night School Horror. Thank you for enrolling again.
Yeah, I had to enroll again. I had so much fun last semester. But I got to tell you, that winter break got me lazy. I fell asleep like 3 times in your intro. And now you're telling me I have to play professor? I wasn't preparing to be professor until the second episode. Class. See, I'm all out of it. You see?
Wait, first off, you were falling asleep during the beginning of the intro. I worked hard on that intro.
You weren't even paying attention to your students because you didn't even notice.
I worked hard on that intro the entire time I was on vacation, zooming through the sky in my little rocket ship.
Einstein style.
Yes, they're very nice. Good catch.
Make sure you know how. I told you this before. Make sure you know how many milligrams you're taking of edibles before you take them. All right.
I'm taking
acid. You didn't think about anything. That was 2 sentences.
Dropping acid.
It was going anywhere.
Dropping fucking acid, motherfucker. Well, thanks, Mista Malave, for enrolling again for the second semester. We're gonna go.
Wait. Hold on.
Oh, you have something to say? You have something to say now?
Yes. Because let's just acknowledge everyone.
I thought we changed the roster for your name.
The longest reigning. Defending who you got champion. You know how many days?
I was just about to ask how many days.
How many days?
It's been 589. Wait, hold on. What's today?
That's not a number.
What?
That's not a number. You said 508.89.
Well, I'm glad you're paying attention now. All right. So it's 589 days. You know how long that is?
589 days.
I'm glad you're paying attention because
that's a lot of weeks.
Who you got champions? You're welcome. You can go ahead. I'm sorry, Professor.
All right. Very, very good. Thanks, Mista Malave. And you can now exit the class. Of course, we have our other student. She's back for the second semester for season 2 of Night School Horror. It's the ace in the hole, or as we found out actually yesterday, or on our new show, Absurd Logic with Second Rounds, the Jack Dawson of the second rounds. Hello, Sabrina.
I'm not sure how I feel about that title still being a thing, but I guess I'll take it. I just don't like it because it implies that I die in the end, I
No, no, no.
guess.
It implies that you're a player pimp. That's what you are. You're a
A
player
pimp,
pimp.
pimp, pimp.
I mean, it implies that if I live,
Yes.
Sure,
but
that's
let's
true.
be real. But it's all right. Florida's favorite creep is back at it with Night School Horror, and I'm so excited to be here for semester two. I feel like I have so much left to learn on this, so I'm just gonna keep it rolling. I'm here for the long haul.
No,
Can,
that's great.
can you
We're glad
say
you're
that
back.
again? Like
Which
Florida's favorite creep?
That's a good one.
Mhm.
I kind of like
Yeah,
that.
You know,
buddy.
I think you have your new tagline there.
Look at
Ace.
this hands clapping.
I thought of that
That's pretty good.
last night after I got called the Jack Dawson of second rounds, and I'm like, you know what? I'll keep that on second rounds, but I need something for Night School Horror, and you know what? It's Florida's favorite creep.
There you go.
I like
I'm
that. We might
keeping it
have to
real.
just push that with second rounds as well. That's a really good one.
Hey, I'll
Second-
keep it.
second rounds.
Yeah,
Mine now.
creep
I
in a
like it.
different
That's a
way.
good one. That's a
Creepy
really
real.
creepy.
that is pretty good. So to all of our students out there, all of our listeners out there, of course, you know the deal. You have to go and you have to enroll with Night School Horror. You could do that any social media platform. And of course, you can hear us at any platform that has your podcast. I hope, and I want to shout out to the listeners in Nigeria. Whoa, check that out. We were ranked on the top 2 episodes, and the show itself was ranked in the top 50 on Apple Podcasts in Nigeria. So cheers to our Nigerian
That's freaking
listeners.
crazy.
Yes, they love themselves some Night School Horror. Maybe they'll send us there. It's possible they could say, hey, we need Night School Horror to do a live episode in Nigeria. I don't know.
If
but
anyone,
you never
if anyone in Nigeria wants to enroll and actually come in on a class with us, just hit us up on the socials, and we will make it happen.
please
One way or another.
let
yeah.
us know. We'll do a Nigerian
That would be
horror movie.
so
Class if you
cool.
want to.
Yeah, I'm down for some Nigerian horror movie, or maybe a Nigerian horror folktale. Maybe they have a
Can you
Krampus
imagine
one.
them sending us movie recommendations? Like those foreign
love
films
it.
are
That'd be
freaking
sick.
crazy.
I would love it. I would love it so much. So, again, thank you for everybody that has enrolled with us in this first semester, and now welcome again to the second semester, and we hope you continue to enroll as we continue on. Now, it is time to get into that nitty of the gritty. Like I said, 2023, long past. But we're not finished with 2023 yet, because we are now going to discuss the best and the worst when it comes to horror in 2023. So very excited about that. And I'm going to go and pass the ball over, because today we're going to have, see this big ball, the purple ball right here? When you have the ball is when
How do you know it's purple?
I'm holding it. So I know it's purple because
Do you
it's
wanna play a game?
literally in my hand. Okay, so it's like hot potato. I'm going to pass you the ball, and when you have the ball, then you can speak and you can talk and tell us all the information you'd like to.
Hot potato implies that I have to throw it really quick when I catch it.
Well, you're going to hold it for enough time until it's time for you to give it. You know what? Fuck you. Just take the fucking ball, and you're going to start. So we're going to go pass it over
You
to
can tell we-
I'm taking the
Florida's
ball.
favorite
Taking the
creep.
ball.
We're going to pass it over to the second round's favorite creep, to Florida's favorite creep, Sabrina, the ace in the hole. Here you go. Bounce. Boop. There you go.
Whoop, caught it. Happy. Oh, you're right. It is purple. It is a purple ball.
Yeah, very good.
All right. I'm actually really excited to talk about best and worst of 2023. I feel like we should go by category just so we're not all over the place. So I actually want to start with favorite. I will do best haunted houses. I know a couple people have gone to like Halloween Horror Nights. They've done like their own little like Knox Farm. There's been so many, and unfortunately, last year I did not get to go through all of the ones that I wanted to. I'm hoping this year I can actually get to more, but I wanted to talk about our favorite haunted houses. I'm not sure if you guys have any, but I definitely want to start with the best, and hands down, 2023 Halloween Horror Nights had to give it to The Last of Us. That house was insane. I don't know if you guys
Nice.
looked at pictures or
Seen some
if you've
videos.
at least seen the show, looked at videos, but it was phenomenal. I love that house so much.
That's
Like-
that's actually pretty cool. Did they do all the clickers and everything right? I've seen like stills and makeup, and it's phenomenal. But did they do
Yeah.
like the clickers and everything right?
even when you're standing in line outside of the house, they had the noises of the clickers like going through the audience. So people would
So
like
cool.
turn their heads and like look behind them to make sure there wasn't like a scare actor there. It was so good.
I got to be honest with you, I'm a little jealous. A little jealous.
You
Have
can
you
go on YouTube and watch it. They actually have like the POVs
Yeah.
of people going in. I actually watched a video of it. It looked fucking amazing.
Yeah.
do it right now?
I absolutely recommend you look it up because if they do it again, you have to come down. I will gladly take you to Halloween Horror Nights. We gotta go.
You know, believe it or not, I've never been to a Halloween Horror Nights at all.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, the minute they drop the names of the houses, I'm sending them to you. If you're in, we're going.
Oh,
Yeah,
we gotta
I mean,
go.
Hands down.
I've already been thinking about just going to Spooky Empire and then like just cosplaying Beetlejuice and just go around singing, you know?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool because you
Absolutely
can do
you should.
spooky and then do Halloween Horror Nights. Very possible.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
because even Halloween Horror Nights starts in September, so like that's
Mhm.
my birthday's right around spooky season, so I do everything that I can.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
I've been to
awesome.
Halloween
And,
Horror
like,
Nights once, and I mean, I had a great time. And I went with Mr. A Town, so I mean, we spoke about that actually on that episode.
Yep.
It was a great time, and I would love to go again.
Absolutely, you guys should.
So I have a question for you on The Last of Us, right? So what was the
Yeah.
settings like? Like once you got into the house, what is the setting? Are you in like another house or are you in like, maybe like a open space? Did they immerse you in like outside?
They immersed me pretty well. When you walked in, it's like you started going through like the outside, like a forest, and then you would go into a house. And the way they did it with like a car in the beginning, like you walk in and you see the truck with like the headlights going, and then you like hear the clickers in the distance. And the
Nice.
more you went into the house, the louder the clickers got.
That's cool.
It was
That's
so
really
dope.
cool.
Yeah,
So like it immerses you pretty well, starting from like outside and then working your way into a house and then outside of the house.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That's
Yeah.
like, and all right. So besides like you saw some clickers, what other creatures did you see?
You saw a couple of the characters, and I don't really know the name of the creature. Like it was like this weird polyp looking thing,
Mm.
but like it was hanging from the ceiling. So like I couldn't actually see it where I was going through. I was like, there's a thing up there, and I know it's supposed to scare me, but I'm too far past it already.
I'm
Nope.
good.
No, thank you.
Scary thing, not for me.
I'm good
out.
here. I'm good here. Yeah,
But it was
I think
really
that's pretty
cool.
awesome. I know when we did the episode and you were explaining all the houses and whatnot, and I feel that like it makes me want to go more. Now I'm not a huge Last of Us fan. I've never really played the games, nor did I watch the show in depth.
Shaking my
But
head.
whatever,
I never played the game, but
Shit
I like the
happens,
show.
I played both.
But
They're
I'd
amazing.
walk through the house.
Hell yeah.
I'd walk on through the house and then sit there and go, "Oh man, I gotta fucking play this game, or I gotta watch this show a little more." So the way you explained it, and again, when I watched the video, I was like, I would have loved to go through that house.
Yeah.
Because like with
I
Ellie
actually have.
and Joel, like they get into that shit. They have
They
characters
do.
playing
The
them.
scare actors are crazy.
Yeah, they're like really, they're acting. That's the other thing. Like not just scaring you. They're actual characters from the show or the game. They're actually like, come on, we gotta go. Like, and they don't do that usually in these haunted houses. It's usually just boo, scare me. But like they're actually, it's almost like you're on a ride in a sense.
Nice.
There was a part where the character who played Ellie in the house screams, and it caught me off guard because like I had already passed the part where she was, so I'm like, yeah, no problem, she was there, I saw her. She screamed from behind me, and it still got me to jump. So
Oh,
I was like,
nice.
I appreciate the level of acting that they go through.
Like, good job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
do
good.
actually have one other haunted house that I put on my best list that still surprises me because I went before I watched the movie, and it really hyped me up for the movie. And then the movie, we already talked about, it was so disappointing that all of us basically teared it a new one. And that's
Mhm.
The Exorcist Believer.
Nice.
The Exorcist haunted house was so good. It hyped me up so much for this movie. And then the movie was a flop. But I think the fact that they made the house as good as it was to hype up the movie was incredible. Like, how do
Yeah.
you do that? How do you get people so interested in this movie without ever having watched it because it wasn't even out yet?
Right.
It just elevated it. for such a trash movie. But like
Oh
I
my
think
the
that's
haunted
the
house
sad
was
part,
so
though.
good. I was so disappointed.
I think that's
Well,
the
you know,
sad part.
Yeah, I feel like, it was so good because like we know what The Exorcist is, right? So like for them to make like a room of it, it's just like, all right, cue in, Exorcist kids here and like a bunch of fucking noises and shit moving. Like we got the script, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the movies, I'm pretty sure we'll get to that.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna
It's
touch
definitely
on
not the
that.
last we've talked about that. Trust
No,
me.
unfortunately, that is not the last we've talked about it. But I think what it was like, they probably, because the one thing about Blumhouse in general is they're pretty good when it comes to visual effects. Okay, their movies could be trash, but sometimes it looks pretty good. Like Mr. Malave, you went and saw Night Swim just recently.
Yep.
That's a Blumhouse movie. I'm
Yes.
sure it looked pretty,
Oh yeah, it was very nice, and the angles and everything was good. I liked it.
but it's just a shit movie, and that's kind of how Blumhouse works. They're like, we make it look good, and then it's just a shit ass fucking movie. And I think that's how The Exorcist Believer was as a movie, but also when they were able to create the haunted house for it. It's all about visual at this point. It's like we need to show something to scare you, and then just a bunch of people going brah, and you're like, oh yeah, all right, that's great. So turning that into a movie, now a script gets involved, now acting really gets involved, and like I said, we'll get there, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that's yeah. But I have not been to any haunted houses this year, so I don't.
No,
have
me
any
neither.
haunted
I
houses
wish
on
I
my
wanted
list.
to.
Well, I feel like this is the year for it, guys. Like, whether they're good or bad, I'm going to challenge both of you when spooky season rolls around. Even if it's your local, haunted trail,
Hmm.
go to one.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Just
I mean,
one.
I went to Spirit when they first opened, and I pressed all the buttons. That was scary. They made like their own
Yeah,
little
I was
trail.
going to say, I'll make that count, especially because one of
It
the
was
best
fun.
things, Spirit Halloween 2023 brought out the standee of Mars Attacks,
Yes,
the
yes.
aliens.
Mhm.
Those were so cool. When I walked into Spirit and I saw that by the door, I was like, I need more money.
Yeah, no, because it
Because I
was their
need
anniversary,
one.
and
It was.
they had them, and it was awesome because they opened one in Kings Plaza,
Oh,
and it was big, and we went like the day it opened, so everything is still nice.
Yeah,
You
fresh.
know,
so pristine.
everything is
Clean.
how it wants to be, and it should be. It's not like a week later when everything's everywhere, the buttons are broken. None of that.
Yeah.
Right. And they had like a nice little trailer, and I seen Mars Attack. I was like, yeah, let's go. So that was my best one. That was my best haunted trail.
Spirit
I feel
Halloween
like they need
Kings
more Mars
Plaza, very
Attacks
nice.
merch, but like, yes, that I'll count that for 2023.
We should be all the aliens from Mars Attacks in one of the cons.
Listen, I'm in.
Oh.
Don't even try. I'm in. I love it.
Oh,
Mars Attacks.
can I be can I be Pierce Brosnan?
Yes,
Yes.
100%.
Cool. I like Pierce Brosnan.
Only if I could dress up as the alien dressed as the crazy lady who chews gum and doesn't
Yes,
talk.
do that.
Oh,
But I'll
she-
have half my face ripped
When
off.
she bites off Martin Short's fingers.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember that movie
do
really
the
well
walk
and
where
liked it.
where you sway your arms as you walk.
She was like weirdly hot too. Like,
Yes,
she's
you're
like,
like,
an
it's
alien.
mysterious.
That's the point.
Yeah, no, I know, but like it's more of like that movie came when that movie came out. That was in the 90s. Like, we're kids, and I'm like, "Ugh, she's kind of hot. I can totally understand why he's kind of going for it and whatnot. But then like the gum chew, it's just like it's stopped and then choop, and it's just
Yep.
like. And then you go, and you're like, oh, wow, nice. Go get that motherfucker. I love that
love
movie.
it.
That's a great movie. We should
Good
talk
movie.
about that movie on an episode. 'Cause
Oh,
that's a really
Maybe
good
this
movie.
season.
Yes.
Who knows?
It's very possible.
that would be fantastic.
That'd be really great, though. Yeah, I'm down to do a little Mars Attacks. And like I said, I got to be Pierce Brosnan, though, because obviously I have his hair.
of course.
I have the Pierce Brosnan hair, so I got to do it.
No, of course. And the
100%.
accents.
And the
And the
it's either
accents.
that or Danny DeVito. I got to figure which one it is.
I mean, hear me out. No, I'm kidding.
Got the
Let's
glasses.
all right. Let's get back on topic. All right. Best and worst of 23.
All right, back on topic.
Well, since you guys didn't have any other haunted houses that you wanted to discuss, do you want me to go through my worst haunted houses?
Yeah. Shit on them right now.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Because I can make these pretty quick. The worst haunted houses that I had for Halloween Horror Nights, of course. Chucky.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. You had maybe like two views of Chucky being like murderous Chucky. The rest were like the good guys, like fresh out of the box Chucky, because they went more with the series than they did the movies, which no shame in that, go from the series, but I feel like they could have done more to make it scary. It was more like walking through a toy shop at one point, and I'm like, all right, I'm here. What's going on?
Sure.
And it was just a lot of noise and like Chucky laughing and the Chucky themes going through, and then it's just like, all right, now it's over. You walked out, it's
Wow.
over. I was very disappointed in that house. I wanted it to be better.
Like, and we've mentioned it before. The factory was like, with the store and everything was the best
Yeah.
part of like probably the series, like the whole series.
The
Like,
series
and
is
you just,
good.
like, no, yeah, I'm talking about like the whole franchise. I mean, not the series, like the franchise, like those scenes
Yeah.
and like in Chucky Child's Play 2, like
Yeah.
those were probably some of the most iconic ones. You had an opportunity to like give me something there, and you didn't.
Right. Like, it's what The Exorcist house did, where they took all the movies plus the new one and mashed them together into like this great thing. Chucky just took from the series and then like part of the movie where like the first movie, it was like, oh, here at the end is your fan service. Anyways, get out.
It's
Very
disappointing,
disappointing.
because the
Messed up.
show's pretty good, actually.
They've had
show's really
previous
good.
Chucky houses that were better, and I'm like, why didn't you just mash half of that together?
Mhm.
Like you had potential here. You had something. You've done it before, and now you threw it away. But the other one I can just gloss right over. It's the Dueling Dragons.
Ah,
It used to be a ride.
Mhm.
Universal. It was great.
Okay.
Love that ride. One of my favorite rides. Took it out. I think part of Harry Potter World is now where that used to be. Might be Hagrid's. They turned that into a haunted house, and I didn't quite know how that was supposed to go. And my group actually split because, like, you're walking through the house and they give you the storyline. They build up the storyline on the outside. That's to explain the house to you. And if you have to explain the house before anyone goes in, you've done your job wrong.
yeah, it's a problem.
Yeah,
You
I mean,
walk in, you see both sides, you see like a fire side and an ice side, and you're like, they literally made the same costume, just one is red and one is blue. As you're walking, you see a split in the house, and there's an ice side and a fire, and it's like, oh, choose your side. Half of my group went down ice, half of mine went down fire. We came out discussed. They are the same thing, just one is red and one is blue.
oh no.
Fun.
And instead of it being enticing of like, let's change the sides, that way it forces you to go through the house a second time
Mhm.
to pick the other side. Nothing. Same thing. Just hope you like red and blue.
Which I do.
Damn it.
I do.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and I like the snow miser and the heat miser, which they might
That
as
is
well have just
exactly
did
what I said it was.
But they should have done that as a house. Imagine walking in, I'm Mr. White Christmas. You'd be like, yeah, this is great. And then it just kills everybody.
One of the houses should absolutely be like a slasher wonderland
Oh yeah.
Oh,
with
yeah,
Heat
that'd be
Miser
good.
and Snow Miser. That would be dope. I think you need to write Universal, Tommy, because they
Well-
fucked up on this Dueling Dragons thing.
We did say on that specific episode too that we can come up with better houses, and we will.
We did. We actually came up with a night school horror themed house.
We did. And
Or
a Jaws
a room
one
for each of us.
and a Jaws one.
And a
Came up
Jaws
with-
one, yes.
Came up with a Jaws
Ooh.
one. Yeah, it was, and we already said we will be sending it to Universal, so they better pay attention because the Night School Horror one will be mind-boggling crazy.
Insane.
100%.
Yeah, it's just gonna be nuts.
But that's all I got for the haunted houses front. Did you guys want me to move on? I do have a comic book for one of my best.
Oh, let's hear the comic book. I don't read, so
I mean,
they actually have
I
visual
listen
novels,
more.
Tommy. They have the visual
do.
novels that kind of like they're not animated, but they sit there and move a little.
So
They
it's
won't read.
like-
They won't read to you, but they.
No, they have to read to me. That's why I like
Okay.
audiobooks.
Yeah, I like audiobooks too.
I like when they read to me.
That's fair. Matt, do you read any comics or you just kind of like
I do not. I drive a lot, so I listen to audiobooks, and yeah, I read graphic novels at times.
Yeah, that
I
counts.
haven't read one in a while. But yes, I like graphic novels.
that counts. I'll take that. Graphic novels are along the same lineage. They're just thicker
They're
comics.
thick. They're bigger comic
They're-
books. That's
they're
what they
thick
are.
boy comics.
Big
Yeah,
comics.
one of my favorite one is actually V for Vendetta.
Yes,
very nice.
Like of all time,
Very
like
nice.
that shit is fucking amazing. All right,
Very
but
nice.
I digress. All right.
I don't really have like a worst of comics, so like I'm just gonna throw out my best, and it is called Dead Mall. So that came out in 2023. Let me bring up give
Dead
them
Mall?
credit. Dead Mall. If
Like
you guys
Mall.
like
Darth
zombie,
Maul?
Dead Mall.
Like
not
No,
mall
Darth.
like
as in
Dawn
I
of the
go to the
Dead
mall?
Yeah. So
Mall.
like if you like, you know, classic zombie uh flicks, this comic is basically it's let me see. It is by Adam Cesare, David Stoll, and Justin Birch.
Oh,
Give credit where
okay.
credit is due for those guys.
Sure.
So these teens are in a mall and they come upon like a bunch of murderous monsters inside of the mall. And it's pretty much like they're being pulled in every direction for running away and like trying to counteract these monsters and like live throughout the entire thing. And it pays homage to like a bunch of 90s cliche of like 90s mall culture. So I really appreciated that. And
I like that.
I got through bits and pieces of this comic and I was like, I need more. I need to see more and I need to read more. Like this definitely was one of the ones that stood out to me out of all the ones in the shop. And I was like, this one here goes on the best list for 2023. Like,
Okay. Is it
it
just
caught my
one?
attention and solidly came through.
Is it just one? Like one
I'm not sure how many are
edition?
out yet. I've only seen 2 at my local comic shop.
Okay.
I don't know if there's more. I haven't looked into that yet. I just saw the ones at the local comic shop that I can get my hands on.
Okay. All right.
Sweet. Maybe
Also,
you could
the
order
artwork.
them.
The
If
artwork
there's
is
more.
beautiful, and it is a Dark Horse comic.
Oh, Dark Horse is
Okay, I like Dark Horse.
Dark
yeah.
Horse is pretty strong. So yeah, that's
Dark
pretty
Horse
good.
came in clutch with Dead Mall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking
Dead
at some of
Mall.
the pictures now. Actually, it
I
looks
love
pretty.
the
The artwork
art.
is sick.
I love the
Check it
art
out.
so much. It's insane.
Dead Mall.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Dead
these are
man
cool.
walking.
I love the
Comic.
like you said, '90s cliche and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
So definitely, if you ever get a chance to check out Dead Mall, and I think you could find it online as well, like not webtoons, but there's like a webcomics type deal. I think there's like half of one of the comics in there, so it's kind of like a preview,
Mm-hmm.
but totally worth it.
Might have to check this out.
All right.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
If not, like the artwork itself is enough to appreciate. If you don't want to read it, Tommy, you can just look at the art. And be
I
like, this is
I could
pretty.
look at the pictures. That is true.
Yes.
I mean, come on. They're small little bubbles, man. They're
I'd
small
be
little
all right.
bubbles.
I could do it. I believe in myself.
Come on, read it. Read it, Christian.
He could probably find someone on YouTube or something reading the comic to you while you're looking at the pictures.
I
along.
do that too, and I let them. And they'll show me the pictures, and that's how I've learned about many different characters and storylines before.
It makes it feel young again.
And I'm like, and I sit there
Everybody
like I'm on the
loves being
carpet.
told a story.
It's like I'm on the carpet. When I sit there on the carpet, I'm just watching, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
That's where you got the carpet thing. It's all right, buddy.
It's
We're
the
here
reading
with you.
carpet.
We're here with you.
I'm just not sitting on it because of that stain.
It's
that
just
we
the
won't
whole
talk about.
puppy who lost its way, and them getting the story back to me.
Are you trying to tell me about the Industrial Revolution?
Yes. It's a hidden gem. It's a hidden gem. So our Dead Mall, very good. Very good.
Dead Mall.
To
Yeah,
all the
no,
listeners, please read. Reading is good for you. So
Reading is fundamental.
good
You
for
know,
you.
I read sometimes.
Read a book,
but
touch
most
grass.
of the times I read, I'm like playing a game. All right, because I love my RPGs. Right, I love them.
Listen, that still counts, you know?
right.
It's basically just a comic and a game.
You know what? I'll tell you something then. I mean, like my best, were you doing your comics?
Oh yeah. That was the
Oh.
only one I had. It was just best. I don't have a worst because I
Okay.
didn't get the chance to read
Yeah.
She didn't
as
read.
many comics as I wanted to
Yeah.
yesterday.
So I should have led
yesterday,
with my
last year.
She
segue.
said
Then I should
yesterday.
have just trusted myself.
Trust your gut.
So one of the things I love to read and one of my best or my favorite horror video game of the year
Yes.
is Resident Evil 4.
Ah,
Yes,
If we're talking
yes,
video games, I'm gonna pass the ball to you.
Yeah. No, I mean I only have one.
take it.
I only have one. Thank you.
Listen, you can still do it because I got a couple video games. So
Oh,
Take the
let's
ball.
go.
We're
We can
talking
go
video
back
games.
and forth. All right, we could go back and forth here. All right.
I'll wait.
I'll go. You wait. You wait.
I'll wait because I have my others later. So continue.
The movie guy has his time to shine.
Yeah, baby.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, movies are like the most I've had, but we'll go to video games first.
Yeah.
But like
All
with
right,
my
let's do it.
video game, Resident Evil 4, as we all know, it was a reboot, remake of the GameCube Resident Evil 4 because it came out for GameCube first. I don't know what happened. I think PlayStation was in that limbo where they didn't have their system yet. So they were just waiting, and then they came out with it again on PS4. But yeah, it's first game for GameCube, man, and it was the first time that they kind of like used all those like in the cutscenes. You usually could put the controller down, watch. You know what I mean? In this one, it's just like, all right, well, you gotta in the middle of that, you have to keep pressing like BBB or like the trigger buttons to kind of get out. And it was like the first time that Resident Evil kind of adapted that kind of controllers.
Oh.
Right. So when I started playing it, of course, it's on PS5 Glory and it's all different. You know what I mean? But it still has that nostalgic feeling of like, oh, I remember like running away from this guy. He just looks a lot better now. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, you get fully immersed. I always get fully immersed in my Resident Evils and like put the headphones on, turn the lights off, and just fucking go in it, right? So yeah, it's they I don't know what it is, but they are not doing wrong by just rebooting everything and just remaking it all because like as much as we know the stories, like and they've been hits, they haven't like not been popular. Like they just keep like, oh, we're just gonna do this again and do it better and change a couple of things here and there.
There's
and it's
nothing
been
wrong
working.
with that.
Like every single one from number 1 to now 4, they're gonna do 5, 6. They just don't touch it because it sucked. Don't even remake it. Like just leave it alone.
They take it out and retcon it.
Oh my God. Resident Evil, they had like 3 stories and you had to play 3 different characters. So that you have to beat each story and you're like, all right, this is a little much, but they try to make it more of a shoot 'em up kind of first person thing sometimes. And it was just like, it just didn't work. You took the essence kind of out of it. But either way, Resident Evil 4, phenomenal video game. Phenomenal.
Well, I'm glad that you said that because once again, you have sparked my interest in Resident Evil, and I do have all of the games now on my computer. I feel like this is the year I am sitting down to play them all, and it is all thanks to you.
Do it. Do you even have Resident Evil 0?
I do.
Oh, play Resident Evil. All right, no, okay, okay. This is what you should do.
I need you to send me the order in which you would like me to play them.
Yes, don't start. You could start chronological, like 0 to up, but I say you play the first one first.
Just first one first,
get
and
the
then
essence of Resident Evil. Then do the prequel. Do 0.
All right.
Then that kind of like solidifies that, and then you could go 2, 3, and then Code Veronica, and then whatever. I got you. I got you.
Yeah, send me the way. Like it was because of you I got all the Resident Evil games, and I'm like, you know what? This is the year for me to play them. I got a new mouse, a new keyboard for Christmas. It's great. Now it doesn't suck, and my keyboard doesn't crap out on me halfway through an FPS. Now I can actually play. I have my controller back, so if it's best played with the controller, I got it. You know,
I think she needs to stream it
this year.
I think she needs to stream it, Mista Malave.
I can't.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how Twitch works, and then you know what? I'll stream it. You guys are welcome to join in and watch. That way, I can thoroughly disappoint you, Matt, when I play.
I think that'd be hilarious.
No,
actually.
you're gonna die, but
100%.
I think that'd be
like,
really
if
funny.
I pass something and you see it, and you tell me, "Hey, you passed something," I'd just be like, "Nah, I passed it. It's no longer my business."
Too far, bro.
Once I pass it, I don't go back.
I'm not going back.
Right, listen to me. Do this now because you're leaving. Okay, no doubt.
It's cool. You'll have to come back anyway.
I think it would be a lot of fun if I play these games.
You're just gonna
you guys
learn now.
spectate.
You're just gonna learn. I hope you saved your. You didn't. Oh, you have to go back and grab that again. All right, cool.
I'm down
100%.
to watch that. I am definitely down to, because you could easily put it on for Twitch or YouTube or some shit like that, and we could put little clips up on our pages on the social media.
Sweet.
I think it would be great to have you guys as an audience while I play
commentary,
especially because not only commentary, but you guys get to watch me freak myself out, which I do when I play horror games. There's a couple times I have set down my headset and go, nope. And then I walk away for a minute and then I come back and I go, all right, guess I'm in it.
You see me and Matt be like, and she's gone. She's back. All right, here we go.
So while Ace is gone, let me just let you know what's about to happen.
Let me tell you what the fuck she missed.
The headphones are off, so this is what's happening, okay?
So this
She's
is
gonna make a right.
all the things she's missed that she should have gotten before getting here.
She didn't want to listen. It's okay, though. Don't worry.
She's coming back. Shut up. She's coming back.
She's coming back. Wow, that was good. You took your breather. Very good. Okay.
Ready?
You should make a left
right.
here.
You zigged when you should have zagged over there.
You zigged when you should have zagged.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Throw the candle at him. Throw the candle.
I don't have the candle. I know. That's why I said,
because you
okay,
should
over
have
here.
fucking picked it up when you passed it the last time.
You didn't see that drop from the ceiling?
No.
One of us is
I
holding
was
the
too
book.
busy looking over there in the dark corner where nothing was.
Somebody's got the fucking book up.
And taking off the
An
headphones.
instructional manual being like, hold on. Did you pass the rich guy's painting? Yeah, that was about 10 minutes ago. Oof.
She's just like bypassing all the things she has to read.
It's just like, oh man.
You were supposed to read that. I don't read.
Itchy,
talking about?
tasty.
I don't read in
I don't
video
read.
games.
Itchy and tasty.
Like
This is like, will be good.
I read IRL, not video games.
I'll just
Video
sit
games
there and be
allows
like,
me to be what I'm not, which means I don't read.
it's easy. I could just sit there and be like, hey, you remember in the movie when Robbie and Mel made that left? Don't make the left.
Oh, of course I
Go
do.
to the right.
Robbie
Because Robbie and Mel knew better. Itchy tasty that way, that bitch.
Itchy tasty that way. Really brings it back. I am glad that you brought up video games, though. Because there's one that I have, and I'm really excited to play. I've looked up gameplay from it, and my friends are currently playing it, and they constantly tell me, you got to get this game. I finally got it. It was on the Steam sale, and that's Lethal Company.
Oh, okay.
Have you played it?
I've never heard of it.
I have not.
Ooh, supposedly there's some mods, and if nobody wants to hear the spoilers, pause, and then when I say come back, you won't hear it, but like give me a minute. There's certain mods in there that are either really funny or really creepy. So the whole thing with Lethal Company is like you're essentially sent on a mission, you mine resources, you come back. Success, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're not told which creatures are where, you're not told what they do. You just show up and then they murder you. So you can play with friends online and it's all proximity chat. So if you are standing, your characters are, there's a wall between you, it sounds like there's a wall between you. If you're all the way the fuck down the hall, it sounds like your friend's all the way the fuck down the hall. You may not be able to hear what they're saying, but you could sure as shit see them get sucked up into a rafter by a creature.
No shit.
That's cool.
Nothing you can do
I'm
about
watching the gameplay of it right now.
What's it called again?
Really awesome.
Lethal Company.
I see it here. Lethal Company.
I put it on my best list for 2023 because I'm so excited to play this game. My buddy is going to set up the mods for me.
Wow, it's got 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
it's pretty fun. It looks pretty cool. It's
I
first
have been
person
watching
too, which is
hours
pretty awesome.
of gameplay. It's so good. And apparently, if you have arachnophobia, like hands down terrible arachnophobia, you could put on a mod where it just says the word spider.
Oh no!
So you see the big block spider word coming at you instead of a giant spider.
Nah,
I think that's hilarious.
that's
pretty funny.
There's also another mod, apparently, where I guess there's a monster that can mimic your voice. So if you guys are using voice chat, it will mimic whatever you have in the voice chat.
Do they have this for
They
the
all know down here,
Oculus?
Georgie.
Yeah.
I wonder if they have this for the Oculus. I'll have Christian play it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks
if
like
they do, that's creepy.
it looks like it should have it for the
At a
Oculus. Like,
Quest.
honestly, that'd be insane.
Yeah. So the monsters are crazy. There's this like little girl that only one player can see at a time. So if you're sitting there going, holy shit, the girl's here, your buddies can turn and they won't see her.
Oh,
It's like so crazy. And I'm so excited to play this game.
that sounds just that. I guess that sounds like another game that has to be streamed on.
That's pretty cool.
We're just gonna have a Night School Horror Twitch like YouTube thing of us playing horror games. I'll even throw.
Listen,
Christian
we could
in
all
if you
set it up.
Yeah.
We could play,
Lethal Company. Let's see if it's on here.
Lethal Company looks really cool.
It'd be fun to play games with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so they don't have Lethal Company on this Oculus.
Oculus?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not
I was
yet.
gonna
Not
say,
yet.
give it time. Give it
it'll
time.
probably
It was
eventually
rated high
come.
enough. They'll probably do it.
I mean, why not? It'll be so sick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So sick.
that'd be pretty fucking dope. There's
You
I
know
know
what's
they have
a
the Five Nights of they have Resident Evil on here.
oh the Resident Evil 8
Hold on.
or just like Village
Resident Evil
or
for Oculus. My God.
Yeah, I told Christian I want to get it.
I'd
No, Resident Evil
probably
4.
running. I'd run
Resident
into
Evil
a wall,
4
I'm sorry.
fucking sick.
Yeah, Resident Evil 4. They have it on here. It's top rated right now. I told them I wanted to get it because I wanted to. You like fucking go out and shoot motherfuckers and shit. So that should be mad fun.
Yeah, word. That's pretty cool, man.
I'd like to do it.
Going to another decent video game. I don't own it, but I've played a couple of rounds of it. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I heard it sucks.
So
I have heard mixed reviews.
So I have a mixed review on it too. So there was at first it was very difficult to play, just because I felt like it was a little slow motion, right? Like everything's online. Obviously, you know, you have to grab like there's certain people who are like the survivors, some people Leatherface, you know, like so like it's kind of slow, and it's not the internet service. I felt like it was just slow as far as like movement wise, like moving around the compound and like, you know, hiding. And then if it's just like, let's say like two people or whatever else like that, or three, like if it's two people or stuff, it's fun because like, where the fuck are you and whatever, like, or maybe three is fine. But when it gets to like the point where there's so many people too, like it's just it just gets a lot of lagging and stuff like that, and you're expecting it because it's just an online game, because Friday the 13th had the same kind of glitches, you know, and when you grab somebody and you try to kill them, you're trying to fight, certain times it'll glitch and then like they start running away or that you're just dead, you know what I mean? So like I feel like it will have its patches, because it is one of those like games that is just thrown out right there. But it was fun just when you're Leatherface, it's so much fun.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because you walking faster, like you're just creating chaos. So like it's really made, like you could tell where they put most of their time in, you know. But like as far as like a group game, kind of like, you know, like the game you were just talking about, Lethal Company, like that seems more involved, seems like it's more of like a group effort. This one feels like you're always kind of lost, and not in a good way, you know, in that point. But it looks beautiful. And it was fun with Lethal, with fucking Texas Chainsaw. So like with Jigsaw, I cannot talk right now.
Yeah,
I'm going crazy.
You're trying to incorporate like Dead by Daylight inside.
I was good. That's what I was gonna say too, because I was like, I've played Dead by Daylight before, and it is a very fun game. But when I play games like that, like I've also played the Friday the 13th game. To me, it's not interesting. You know, there's no single player mode. Like, I got to play online, which is fine. But, like, at a point, you're just like, this is fucking repetitive. It's like, oh, I got to go to the generator and I got to cling. And dude, and it's the same kills constantly.
Right. Yeah.
So eventually it just becomes like, you know, way too repetitive for me. I think the Evil Dead game, did the exact same thing as well. Like, you give me horror games, like, let's make it interesting and give me single players, you know, give me fucking stories.
That one. I want a story. I want to play, like, if I'm I have a whole story. Like, even if it's this movie, replay it. I don't care. Like, I'll play the movie. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's about having the option, like having the option to play single player or online. I like learning the game mechanics through single player and then slowly building myself up to be like, now I want to play with friends. Let me go online and play. I don't immediately like jumping in and being like, here's a bunch of strangers. Let me play this game that I've never picked up before and
all these
die
fuckers
instantly
have been
and
playing.
not learn.
This person's
and everybody's
there,
yelling at you because
sucks.
you don't know what to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
They make
Pussycat 74 sucks at this game. I've never played. I just got it for my birthday. You're a schmuck. Get a life, you loser.
It's kind of like Call of Duty, right? Like when I'm on there, I mute everyone.
You have to.
Like, you guy, I can't talk to you. Even though it's team deathmatch, I cannot talk to you because you are just going to shit on everyone and you're not going to even play as a team. So I'm just going to go get my kills. Goodbye.
That's why I can't with those. Just, especially the way people play online nowadays. They're fucking cursing your mother out and they're fucking 7. And you're like, bro.
That's true.
I gotta go to bed. I got a job tomorrow. Yeah, your mother sucks dick in hell. What is wrong with you, man? What's the matter with you? Fucking hurting your fucking soul. Like, The fuck?
That's right. Get all your aggression out online on strangers because you can't stand up to anybody in your real life. That's why your dad left.
That's why your dad left.
That's why your mom's locked up in your room right now. You want to know why I'm losing, son? Anyway.
You want to know
Fucking
why
your
I'm
mom
losing? Your
upstairs.
mom's under my desk.
Fucking your mom right now, motherfucker.
What do you think she's doing upstairs?
Giving her-
That's not
It's
right.
a toxic online community to play.
It really is.
Giving her a leather face right now, you little shit.
I just want the option to play by myself.
Yeah, but so exactly. Back to the whole point of I just want single player. I just want to play I just want a story mode, man. Just give me a story. Give me a Resident Evil. Give me a story mode. Let me have fun with
Right.
iconic characters instead of fucking me and Frank and Dominic and fucking Linda, and everybody's just like, this guy sucks at this game, man. Yeah, we should kick him out because you could vote a person out.
Which is
that's
awful
ridiculous.
because it's like, how are you supposed to learn and get better?
Aren't they supposed to stop bullying? Like, I feel attacked that you're kicking me out because I just started playing this game and I'm just learning how to reload. Give me a break.
Yeah,
You guys
right?
remember
Like,
the anti-bullying seminars that they had when the internet was like getting back into schools and like the start of it?
Yeah.
It's like, don't bully anybody online. Listen, I must have skipped that fucking day because I'm getting bullied left and right and I don't know what to do about it.
no, you know what it is? They stopped teaching that class.
They're just like, yeah, you should know. Meh.
It's one of the bullying things. Like, it's one of the things you have to keep reminding these kids. Like, all right, remember, don't be a douchebag.
Don't be a dick.
It's
Fuck
dare, but for
you.
bullying.
Are you kidding me? Half
Because
these
remember,
fucking kids don't give a shit.
Someone can be a dick to you too, and you're not gonna like it.
And you're not going to like it, but you'll tell on somebody.
You
little bitch.
Karma is real.
bitch.
Karma is real. That is true. But
Karma
yeah,
is-
again,
yeah.
it's just one single player mode. That's all I'm looking for.
That's it.
That's it. Just single
But
player.
that is interesting.
Yeah. So
Do
anybody
you
else
have,
got
do
any
you
more
have a
video
worst
games?
of games?
Yeah. Any worse games?
No, so I mean, I can't play a lot of games as much as I want to play a lot of
Adult.
games. So I guess you could put Texas Chainsaw Massacre as my worst if I have to.
How'd you
And
put
I
it
have to
under
pick
best
between
and then
both.
put it worst?
What I said, it was mixed. I said
I mean, he
had
said
both.
why he
That's-
liked
okay.
it best.
All
Now
right.
he could say why he likes it worst, which
Well, no,
I remember
we
you said
kind of
like
just
game
shitted on
mechanics
it.
and
That's,
stuff. Yeah.
that's why I hated it.
I have the
again,
exact
I
same
played it a
feeling.
few
Did you
times,
pay for it? You
like,
paid
it's
for
not
it.
No, I didn't pay for it. I said in the beginning, I don't own it. Or
Oh,
anything,
you
but I
watched
played
it. Oh, you played.
I
Yeah, you
played
played,
it.
and then
I
you
played
watched
it. I played a couple rounds of it, and I just like it. It didn't make me want to buy it.
You didn't go and buy it, so obviously, yeah,
Right.
you didn't like it enough to want to go and actually spend your money.
Right.
I only have one under worst, but I feel like it's the same deal as what Matt said about Texas Chainsaw, where it was like, it looks very pretty. The mechanics are still buggy and shit, so maybe they'll release it and it'll be good, but right now it's terrible. I don't know if you guys heard it. It's Stray Souls.
No.
Haven't heard it now.
So I watch another show. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Watcher, the series Watcher.
On Netflix?
No, it's on YouTube. It's got Shane and Ryan from Ghost Files, and they used to be on BuzzFeed Unsolved, but I watch Shane and Ryan religiously.
These are real
Those
people.
two. Yeah, Shane Madej and Ryan Bergara. They're like top tier best boys for me. Their nicknames are the Ghoul Boys, if you know, if that tells you anything about why I watch them.
Okay.
They used to do like the BuzzFeed Unsolved for like paranormal. So they would like show you a bunch of demon stuff and like go investigate haunted houses. And I'm like, I'm all about that. So I've watched them all to death, and they were advertising for Stray Souls because, you know, they got the sponsorship for the game. And I'm just like, listen, this looks amazing. And the way they hyped it up looks amazing and it sounds great. And I looked it up and it looks fantastic. And then the minute the game came out, I put it in my Steam wish list, and I'm looking at reviews and I'm like, why does this look so bad? Like, why is everybody downvoting it? And I looked at the actual game mechanics, and it is so buggy, it's almost unplayable.
Oh,
So I'm like, I can't even touch it right now. I'm not going to. I'm hoping it's like another Cyberpunk situation where they like release a patch and then like make it better. But right now it's unplayable. So I have deemed it the worst because
Ouch.
I'm so
That's fair.
happy about it, and I was so excited to play it, and then just couldn't even touch it. So I'm not even gonna buy it. It's gonna sit in my wish list until I hear better news about it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I hear that. Yeah, fuck them. Don't give them their money yet.
Yeah,
No, they do
that
not
makes
get my
sense.
money until I get to actually play the game.
That's fair. That's definitely
Yeah,
fair.
absolutely.
Yeah, I have no video games on my list, so we're gonna stray away, straight thoughts. We're gonna stray away from video games, and we're gonna go into something I can actually talk about, which is media.
time
You
to
know, on the
shine.
on the televisione, because I'm
Oh,
gonna start-
televisione.
Ah,
Okay,
televisione. I'm gonna start with the TV, a TV show.
Yeah, we know that. Televisione.
Yeah, yes, but it's
For all
it's
the
a horror,
non-Spanish speaking.
a horror TV show that was a huge surprise to me, and I don't know if you guys watched it. The Goosebumps TV show on Disney Plus
Yes.
Yes.
was fucking awesome.
My
It
God.
was so good.
Like, I remember sitting there thinking, like, all right, let's see. You know, watching the trailer, it's darker, and you're like, okay, but it's still Disney, and like, it's not like too dark. No, it's pretty dark.
Yeah,
I will
no,
preface
it's
this.
good.
I have not finished it. I don't care about spoilers. Please tell me.
Oh,
okay.
what are you?
Cool.
Wait, no, hold on. What are you up to?
No. Tell me everything. I'm
What are
still in the
you
middle of
up
watching
to?
it. I'm so excited.
What are you up to though?
Two.
So you're
Episode
up
2.
episode. Oh, you got a way to go.
Oh, you
I
got
know,
a
I
lot.
do.
You got a lot.
I
So
picked it up. I was really excited about it, and then life got in the way, and then the holidays
I can
came,
understand.
And I was like, crap.
I understand
But
that.
I'm still really excited about it because it's been so good so far.
I
So,
don't
like,
know.
Tell,
See,
me, tell me
now,
everything. I don't care about.
I don't think you should. I don't know the spoilers
No.
is because
No,
when you
th-
get
there's-
to like what happens and what's going on, it's like, oh shit's getting real. Because
Yeah,
you
like
think
it gets
it's one.
real quick. Like everything builds up to like mean something, and then there's twists.
Yeah,
So,
a lot
like,
of twists.
So we can't really talk.
You don't have to
about
tell
it,
me the
but-
twist, but like you can still talk about it and just like
Well, I will
maybe
talk
not
about-
in
okay.
excess, but like just
That's
talk to me
okay.
about how it made you feel. Like what did you like about it? Was there anything you disliked about it?
Okay, this is the best way to do this. Okay, since you've only seen the first 2 episodes, that only makes sense to discuss what the first 2 episodes are because it's actually they're good.
Yeah.
Is the first
All right.
one is Say Cheese and Die, and then the second
Because I
one
feel
is
like we could also do like an entire episode about the Goosebumps series.
easily. So we'll keep it short and simple because you saw the Haunted Mask one, right?
Yes.
Okay, I loved what they did. Okay, the only issue that I had with it was like the CGI was shit. That's it. When she was like turning in, which no shit, she was turning into a troll because they were like, she's the troll. And I'm like, oh, I wonder who's going to put the mask on. I like the way the mask was because we go back to like the book or the actual television show where she, you know, Carly Beth, she puts the mask on and it's like this monstrous type of shit. But I love the fact that it's kind of like that regular white mask that whatever you put on, you become your demon, you know? So that's what this show does. And the Say Cheese and Die, you know, when it's they're not killing them, nobody truly dies in this. And I say truly, no one truly dies in this show. But like the fact that when he takes the picture, he sees like an accident happening and it happens to him and he tries to avoid it, but there's no way he could fucking avoid it. This show was done so well that I'm pumped for season 2. Like, I'm like, let's fucking go. And then the last episode is Welcome to Horrorland, which I'm like, sweet, we're going to fucking Horrorland, which I remember that book and I remember that episode, which the amusement park, nope, that's not what we're getting. It's a
Like, at
complete
all.
180 and it's very good. Everybody in the show is great. I don't have any complaints with it. Justin Long is always getting fucked in horror.
Anytime you see him, you're like, and when is he going to die?
He doesn't, but he's always getting. He's hilarious in it. It just everything works with this show, and it made me very excited to tune in as the next episodes continued. You know, because it was a weekly thing that they were doing. So I hope it gets renewed for a season 2.
I'm sure it will, just with the ratings alone.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean anything because there are plenty of shows that have been canceled just because it's like it costs too much money.
True.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, I hope we get a season 2. They need to announce it very soon. I think they'll probably announce it in the summer somewhere, like late spring.
Summer
because,
to gear
like,
up for
I
spooky
wonder.
season.
Yeah, I wonder what the viewership was and everything else too. And just to piggyback off of you, Tommy, like I feel the way like Goosebumps they switched up everything else to actually make sense, but then still keep like the essence of Goosebumps in it too. Like I thought it was phenomenal. Like, you know what I mean? Like they all had like the same similar stories, but then just like different twist to each one. You know, you
Yeah.
have the familiar names, but so you're kind of like, okay, how are they going to incorporate them? And they did. And each one of those episodes means something. And each one of those things means something.
And plays a factor too.
That's what I'm saying. It
You
means,
know,
yeah.
it always played a factor, and I really, like I said, I really enjoyed the dark tone that it had, but it didn't go too dark. You know, it's still Disney, but I feel that the dark tone of it was Hulu because it was a combination of Disney Plus and Hulu that came together. I could see Hulu's like, we're gonna make a fucking adult version of Goosebumps, and Disney's like, whoa, hold on a second. You do realize that Goosebumps is more of a kid kind of, book. Well, what if we find a middle ground to it? Which, they even have Fear Street, which is on Netflix, which is another R.L. Stein fucking book. That's more of the teenagers, slashers, and whatnot. That's fucking awesome, too. But this Goosebumps TV show was a huge surprise, and I thought it was very good. I had a lot of fun with it.
Oh, yeah. Really good.
I
Good
look forward
pick.
to
I love
seeing
that.
the rest of it.
So I would definitely suggest if you haven't seen it, watch it. I'm sure it's not for everyone, but if you grew up reading the books, and like I said, I'm not a big reader, but I did read some of the books when I was a kid, and I definitely seen the fucking TV show. So
Yeah, come on. How many times you went to Scholastics and then you get the case of four? That was easy.
Yo, the
I had
case
the
of
whole
four
thing,
plus
everything.
the bonus book of Choose Your Own Adventure.
Oh, the Choose Your Own
Had
Adventures
it.
one was so good. I always wrote it in
Had
pencil
it.
so I could go back.
Yeah.
I had all.
Always keep
of
your
them.
finger on the last page, so you're just like, oh, I died. Nope, never met.
Do
Go
it
back.
again.
I didn't.
Do
Die.
it again. Do it again.
Do it again.
But I don't have a worst when it comes to horror shows. I haven't watched too. I'm more of a movie guy, so I have that in my back pocket getting ready. Anybody else with TV?
Yeah, I have one.
Okay.
And it's the obvious one. It's the one that like kind of like was a surprise hit to everyone. But I knew that if they did it right, it was gonna be phenomenal because I've also played the games. I'm talking about The Last of Us, baby.
Hell yeah.
Oh, can I just like tell you down to the makeup and down to like, and we've all seen it, right? And I'll keep it brief because we've talked about this before, but like the way that you can go on YouTube and see shot for shot from video game to show, it was phenomenal. Like everything was amazing. And I'm excited for season two. I've said it before, they need to split season two because the first one's the first game. The first season's the first game. Season two, I hope it's not the whole second game because it is longer and it also has a lot in it. So I have a couple like spots I feel like they could stop it and leave it on a cliffhanger for season two to go into season three and do the second part of the game. And that gives also Rockstar enough time. I mean, Naughty Dog enough time to create the third one so we can have substance because it needs to stay to the subtext.
Sure.
Like, and they need to do it right. Yeah. And they did the first one so good.
Yeah.
I really like that series. I'm glad that you brought that up. Again, I haven't played the video game, but just knowing that the show is as good as it is and how much I enjoyed it, it does make me want to go play the video game. However, I feel like since I already know everything about it, it
Doesn't
kind of takes
matter.
away the appeal.
No,
But
it doesn't matter.
I may have to put that on the list. But
Just
I'm
because,
excited.
like, the
I
game
love the
itself-
show. Also, it has internet's favorite daddy as
Oh, yeah.
Joel.
Pedro. Pedro.
Pascal.
It's Pedro.
I love
It's
him.
Pedro.
Pedro. Very nice.
Easy to
No,
watch.
it's-
Love to watch him.
It's so good. I mean, it and to the point where the part where he's up on the roof and he has a shotgun and then like there's something happen and then I'm looking at them and like I'm watching it with Itzy and my parents and they all just like, I don't know what, get out of there. And I was like, I know what's gonna happen. And it was just, but I still didn't care. Like, and I was like, if I know what's gonna happen, they did it right. And look at that. Phenomenal. Like, insane. I'm excited for the second season. If you haven't seen it, that is the best like watch Last of Us first. Get your all the credits in there. If you want to have fun, watch Goosebumps for some nostalgia.
Sure.
That's what I think for
I like
2023.
That's a good way to put that. Very good way to put that. So we spoke about some television. Now we're going to move into that nitty of the gritty. When we think horror, most people, they'll always go towards movies, horror movies. So I think the best way to do this, well, let's talk about our favorites. Let's talk about what we consider the best. Save the worst for the end, because that's where it gets really fun. So who would like to start? Anybody have maybe a sleeper or like a really good one that they really loved this year? I'll start. Okay.
Okay. Go ahead. You can start, Tommy.
I'll
Go
start
ahead.
because I'd like to give.
You're the movie guy. You start.
I am the movie guy, baby. So I would talk about a sleeper. I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's called No One Will Save You.
Oh my God, that movie's so good.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you should watch it.
Didn't even know it was a thing.
Oh,
it's a Hulu original.
It's a
I will
Hulu-
preface.
Yeah, it
has been a
movie.
weird year for horror films. Either they came out, because even when I was looking at the list, when movies came out, either I wasn't aware because there was no advertisement, there was nothing about it. So it's like you have to be on these platforms to search for them them to come up, or they were just trash. So it's like a weird year for them. Like I have a couple on here that are iffy, but like please tell me about No One Will Save You, because I didn't know this movie existed.
So No One Will Save You is a home invasion extraterrestrial movie. And the way I would put it is this is an episode of The X-Files. That would be one of the best ways to put it. The acting in it is absolutely phenomenal. It's Kathleen Dever is in it. You may have seen her in other things. She's in like a lot of shows and like side movies. I've seen her in like Ticket to Paradise with George Clooney and Julia Roberts. She was great in that too. The thing about this movie is there's maybe 5 words spoken. The whole movie. Yes, there's barely any words in this movie. It's just, and that's what makes her a really good actress, because she's just reacting to shit. And she can put on a good fucking face, and the way that the aliens are there, it's like, it's no fucking joke. They are fucking coming for her. So again, it's a perfect X-Files. If you like the X-Files, you love this fucking movie. Take the X-Files and put the Strangers in creating your own film. And again, 5 words are maybe, I would say tops 5 words is said in this movie, and it's in a dream.
And you said it's on Hulu? Because I'm
It's on Hulu.
searching for it to put it on my list.
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
It is phenomenal. And then not only that, like you said, it's a visual kind of movie. So it's a lot of silence and just a lot of like scare. So she has to make you believe she's scared through her facial expressions, through everything she's going through, and all the other demons besides the alien that she's dealing with in the house, like, and what she's been through. You know what I mean? So like it's deep. And it's scary. It has that suspense factor that keeps you like, and cliche, on the edge of your fucking seat. Like the whole time you're like, oh my fucking God, get out of there. You know?
I remember seeing the trailer and, thinking like, what is this? And then like, as I watched it, I'm like, this is kind of interesting. And then we sat down, I think it was on a Sunday or something. And I popped, went on fucking Hulu, and I was like, oh shit, I wanted to check this movie out. And as you're watching it, you're going to be really fucking confused, because you're going to be like, why is nobody talking? Like nobody talks.
I'm glad that you warned me of that, because I would have thought like something was wrong with my audio.
And that's the reason I say that. And to you, Sabrina, and to anybody that hasn't seen it that's listening, there's nothing wrong with your TV, because there's still sounds. You still hear shit. You hear the aliens make a sound, you hear footsteps, you hear things breaking, but not one person speaks until like maybe 15 minutes before the movie ends. And then you're like, oh, she does talk, because I thought she was deaf. No, she's not deaf.
I did too, or mute. I thought so too, yeah.
She's not deaf. There's a reason why she's the way she is. And they explain, and it's fucked up. Like the way Mista Malave said it, like it's fucked up, and you're like, and then the ending is fucking confusing, because you're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Like, I just highly suggest watch the movie. We have to do an episode on that movie because there's so much to talk about. So I definitely
added it to my watch list. So
did you put it on your letterbox? Did you put it on your letterbox?
I always do that after I watch the movie.
That's fair. Yeah,
I still have to set up a lot for letterbox, but I do it after I watch the movie. I put it on.
I watched 209 films last year.
Which is amazing.
That's fantastic.
This is why you're the movie guy.
I love to watch movies.
You know what? I should keep account this year. You know what? I'm gonna make it my business to keep an account on Letterboxd. I have the account.
Letterboxd.
You just got to remember to do it. That's all it is.
You got to add each other.
Got to remember. And it only you just got to put down that you watched it. You don't have to review it or anything. Like I don't do reviews.
Right.
I just put it down and I rate it just to be like, yeah, all right, cool. So I have a great time doing it.
You know your personal rating. Like after you rate it, you know what you thought.
I gave this movie 3.5 stars. 3.5 stars, which is pretty rare for me to give to a lot of movies that I see. It's very rare to get a 5. But
good movie. I highly suggest. That's a great pick.
Watch the movie. Mr. Malave, you got one?
Oh, I have a sleeper too. I'm not sure if all of you guys have seen this movie because it's a horror, but it's a horror comedy. And I am talking about and when I say by all means, it's horror movie. Like the kills are phenomenal, right? I'm talking about The Blackening. Have you ever heard of it?
Oh, that came out in 2023?
Yeah.
Did it really?
2023.
Wait a minute. I didn't. No, it says 2022.
No.
I said it says here 2022 in June. Oh no, you're right. 2023. It came out in a different a different country or some shit.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying.
That movie is fucking hilarious.
It is so funny, right? But not only. All right, so the premise. Have you heard about this movie, Sabrina?
I haven't. Is it also on Hulu?
So no, I don't think so. I think it's on like Max now or somewhere. You can watch it somewhere. Stars, I think.
Oh, okay. Here it is. The Toronto International Film Festival is when it was first dropped, and in June of 2023. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So the whole premise is right. A group of black friends go up to a cabin that for Juneteenth to celebrate.
You
Juneteenth.
Already have my
to celebrate Juneteenth.
Then they're waiting for one of their friends to show up, and they didn't show up, right? And then they find this game called The Blackening, right?
Sorry. Can you just the tag for it on the movie poster is "We can't all die first."
Correct.
Yes,
I'm fucking on
Correct.
it.
Correct.
It's so good.
It's very good.
So then the TV comes on like it's something out of Saw, and they're like, "I want to play a game." And they were like, you have to play this game because I have this, your friend, right? And they think it's a joke. And she was like, oh, she's playing a joke on us. So they're like, fuck it, we'll play the game. And then shit hits the fan. But I'm talking about the cliche things and the tropes are all on focus here. But like, they do it the correct way and they know what they are. And they're like, no, fuck you, man. I'm not going by ourselves. And then there's this one point where they have to split up, right? And they was like, don't say it. And then they were like, we got to split up. Oh, motherfucker. But like, not only that, but now let's talk about what makes a horror movie a horror movie. These kills were great.
Not many kills.
Like John Favreau, what's his name? Jay Farrow. Sorry.
Jay Farrow. Jay Farrow's in it.
Sorry, Jay Farrow. Gets an arrow through his neck. Spoiler alert. Insane. The kills are ridiculous. And it plays like a great slasher, chase him, go get him movie. Like it's good. And then of course the killer and everything else, like everything is good. Everything about this movie, it's a good time. You're laughing and you're enjoying these kills.
Yeah.
Like I love this movie.
The reasoning for what's happening, I had to pause the movie to laugh my ass off. And I was like, that is so racist, but so fucking hilarious. I told my neighbor, lives upstairs, guy Mario, big black dude. And I go to him and I said, Mario, did you see The Blackening? And he goes, no, what's that? I was like, it's a horror movie. So I'm not really into horror movies. I go, no. It's a black horror movie. Like, it's mostly making fun of horror movies and the tropes
comedy.
And
like almost like
making fun of it's like scary movie. just a little more extra gory.
No parody.
Like when they're playing the game, it's asking like,
it's a parody on like the tropes.
black type of questions that like black people should get. Like, and the best part is because when it, that is the reason for it, you do not want to be spoiled for, because if you've done this, you're going to love the fucking twist. You're going to be like, that's fucking great. Because that's why I had to pause it. I was like, I have done this before, and I'm not black, but I have done this before, so I get why. I get it. Like, I don't know if I'd go this far for it, but totally understand what's going on here. So that's it. That movie, absolute sleeper. And this is going to be a sequel.
Yo, sleeper. Yes.
There is going to be a sequel.
It's so good. It's so good. That's one of my sleeper
that's
bets
the other
for
thing.
2023.
There's a gay dude in it.
I can't find it anywhere, but I put it on my list. So
you
if
definitely
I happen
got
to
to
find
see it
somewhere.
There's,
I will watch it.
There's a gay guy
I'll
in it.
give you the means.
The best is that there's a gay dude in it, and because they're trying to figure out who they're going to kill first, because like it says, like, no, we can't all die first, so they have to choose one of them. So he starts to like, stop being gay, because they would like be like, oh well, because the question was who's the whitest of them all. So he's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, he changes the way he talks. Like, oh, it's fucking great. Yeah, really fucking funny. They make the joke of why they hold the guns, like, don't hold the gun sideways. Like, you can't hold the gun sideways. There's a reason why. So yeah, they get into it. It's very funny.
It's so good.
Sabrina, what do you
stereotypes one joke at a time.
You haven't seen shit. Watch the movie. You want to talk about stereotypes? Watch the movie. Like,
that's what I love, though. It sounds like it's
racist.
It takes all the stereotypes,
black people just being racist to themselves,
racist, to be like, hey, here's all the stereotypes that they have in scary movies, and they're actively playing it out.
With the
but
cop,
they're aware of it.
Like, they see the cop and they're thinking like, fuck, it's a cop, but like, he's actually trying to help them, but they don't like him.
Should we tell him? No, don't fucking tell him.
Tell him. Like, oh, it's very good.
It's one of us.
It's very, very funny.
But it is probably one of us.
Sabrina, do you have a movie, maybe a sleeper that you've seen?
It's not really a sleeper. I remember you guys kind of shitting on it, but like, I mean, there's good and bad to it. But ultimately, because of the way movies came out last year, I was like, out of all of them that I saw, this one has to go on the best list. And that was Evil Dead Rise.
I didn't shit on Evil. Who shit on Evil Dead Rise?
I didn't shit on that movie.
I remember a couple of
3.5 stars
comments that it was shitting on the movie just a little, which, I mean, like, yeah, it kind of deserves it a little bit, but it's ultimately one of the better movies that came out last year.
You probably weren't talking to us, because I think that's probably one of the best movies, if not the best movie of 2023.
I thought it was very good.
I feel like you got to go back and listen to that episode, because towards the end we were shitting on it a little bit.
I mean, there was something
we shit on a lot of things,
right? But that's what I'm saying. Like, it was deserved, but like out of what we were shitting on it for, like it is one of the best.
Well, I guess that goes to a test of how bad, to your point earlier, that 2023 horror movies were, that we had to shit on it a little bit, but I still think it's probably my favorite horror movie of 2023. Yeah.
It was the first one on my best list when we were talking about best. I'm like, Evil Dead Rise is just, it's there. Like, I don't have any sleeper movies, just because, like, again, I didn't know half these movies were coming out. When I was looking at the list, I'm like, my God, there's so many that I haven't looked at, but most of them look good, but they're buried within apps. And I don't have the time to sit there on apps and just like scroll through a bunch. It's like, oh, if I'm told, hey, there's a movie, or it's advertised to me, like, if I know about it, I'm going to go look for it. If I don't know what's happening, I don't sit there on the app and scroll through and try to find something, because I've been disappointed way too many times. Thanks, Netflix.
I agree with you on that one.
She needs
I was looking at the list, and I seen a bunch of movies that I was like, that I never even heard of this one before, but that just goes to show you how much access and how many like movies are coming out everywhere, like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I think Sabrina needs some Vudu streams in her life, because I've been able to watch a lot of these fucking movies on Vudu stream, which is I definitely would say it's a great place to go if you don't want to pay for cable. But Mista Malave,
I have so many apps that like I don't even.
It's
like,
if you got to fight.
I'm not going to say something to make it incriminating. Like, I have.
It's not incriminating.
Apps, but it's still like having to go through and like.
It's pretty much what Matt sent you. but
I
it's
still have to
still
search for that.
I've seen shit that like we're still in the theaters and I was able to watch, and it
Mhm.
actually helped.
Like,
me
even if I go under the
watch a
app
lot of
and I
movies.
click on like horror as the category, what it brings up is completely different than what I'm going to search. I
Absolutely.
well,
hate it.
yeah,
I
sure.
hate it so much.
Well, I think what you have in the chat right now can help you with all that.
Yeah,
So,
that'll
Yeah.
definitely help. But Matt,
I'm
you
pretty
mentioned
happy about
you
that.
mentioned that you said that you think Evil Dead Rise is maybe your favorite horror movie of 2023.
one of them, like it's high up there. I got to be honest. If I'm ranking, movies that I've seen, you've definitely mentioned No One Would Save You, and I feel like that was one of the surprising, but also one of the best horror movies I've seen in 2023. So, I think it's like that. But there are different reasons for Evil Dead, right? I love the gore, I love the scary, and I love that, I love the aspects of movie where no one is safe, even if they have plot shield. You know what I mean? And this movie does it perfectly, you know. And that's the reason why I put it up there, along with all the gruesome kills and how scary the mom was, because she was
great.
fucking scary. When in the beginning, before the mom even gets possessed, when the I don't know, the girl or whatever fucking rips the hair with the skin off the
Scalps her.
skull.
Yeah.
That was the first kill of the movie, and you're like, oh no, second kill of the movie, right?
Second.
I don't know.
That
'Cause she
was
killed the guy in the
first.
water first.
No, he
Waterford,
came.
right?
No, I think
Yeah.
he came after because that's when she grabs the
Right,
fucking drone
yes.
and cuts her face up.
Yeah. That's why
The girl was
So,
still alive when she was scalped. Like she was gonna die, but she was still alive at that point.
Yeah, and it was insane, like insane. And just right off the bat, that's the first kill, and you're like, oh shit, like we in for something. And then they're killing kids, and then just the cinematography of her in the peephole the whole time was fucking phenomenal. And you see her
That always
chasing
creeps me out.
chasing
Always.
people, and you're like, oh my god. I thought it was great.
I actually really enjoyed it. I love the fact that it was also
That was my top movie for 2023. Yeah.
it took place in an apartment building, which you haven't been able to see something like that with Evil Dead. It's usually a cabin. I think everybody did phenomenal in it. I think there was some parts that were just meh, like the kids and whatnot.
Right.
But the mother, Alyssa Sutherland, I believe her name was, she was fucking awesome. She was fucking, the makeup was beautiful. She just nailed it, So I'm very happy to see where they go with Evil Dead from here, because it looks like it's going to be a grand time. I'll
Definitely.
tell you my favorite horror movie, because we're going to have to get into worst after this. My favorite horror movie of 2023 was a huge surprise. I did not expect it to be my favorite, and I didn't even expect it to be good. And that's fucking Saw X. That shit was fantastic. It was a movie. Like, it was did you guys see it?
I finally saw it, dude, and it's on my list too. Like,
still have not.
wow.
Oh,
and I love Saw, and I hated what was going on with it. It was so many, and I almost gave up. But I always watch them just because, the kills are always fun, right? Holy shit. Like, they took it and they're like, all right, we need to bring it back to its essence, which is the, Jigsaw. And really good.
Yeah, the thing about it, like, I was sick of Saw, like, after a while. Like, I was just like,
Yeah,
I'm done with it. It's the same bullshit. And I'm sure everybody has got the Saw fatigue. And they're like, oh, we're making a Saw 10. Oh, fuck. We tried Spiral. It didn't work. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not ready for another Saw. Then this movie came out. And I think, of course, I'm trying to get my movies up there, trying to beat my record. So I sat down and I watched it, and it was fucking amazing. Like, Tobin Bell's in almost every single scene. He's a psycho, but you kind of feel bad for him, which I always hate when they like try to give this whole thing with villains where it's like, you got to sympathize with them. No, you actually understand why he's mad at that point. Why he's doing what he's doing. He's already done this is between 1 and 2. So he's already done bad shit. He's already trapped people. He's actually at one point drawing the bear trap in the fucking in the movie. But this is shot really well. It's written really well. It's acted phenomenally by everybody in this fucking movie. And like I said, it's a movie. It's not a Saw movie where it's just a spinning, the camera spins, and they have the one moment where it does it. But The traps are like he only had a little bit of time to figure something out, keeps it in tight. This is how I actually explained it. I know when I did a little quick review on the Tickety Talk, I said it's tight. It's a tight movie. We're not fucking here and then we're there and then this is recording at the same time and like all this type of shit. No. This is a tight movie. So he always has a plan. So they have confirmed we are getting Saw 11. It is coming out this year. If they stick to this script, all for it. I'm down because they left it open. It can keep going. And as long as they stick to the way it is, I'm on board and I'm ready for more Saw movies.
Oh yeah, me too. I'm on board. I feel like if they keep going in between there, I don't know, like I don't know how they're gonna, like, I know with the little platform, so maybe these are like side stories now in between things, like main points of the movie, because who knows how many fucking people he's trapped and how many things he has going on at once, right? Because we've seen that in the other Saw movies. So it can very well be the fact that this one is between 1 and 2. Next one could be like between like 3 and I guess like 2 and 3, because 3
he dies in 3.
He gets decapitated, right? Yeah. So like maybe we get like between 2 and 3 now, and remember like 2 they have like they're in the house, you know, and everything else, and then 3 like kind of continues from 2. So like that can be like the little side story that leads him into like the bed and shit like that.
And that's
so,
fair.
Like,
that's a good idea, because you need you got Tobin Bell and you barely use him. He's used mostly for a voice. In this movie, he's, like I said, he's front and center. He's walking, he's talking, he's doing shit. Like he gets put in a trap. Like, yeah, it's very good. Best Saw movie I've ever seen. Possibly the best Saw movie. Like right next to number 2. Right next to number 2. But again, I didn't expect it. I expected it's another fucking Saw movie. No, it's a fucking movie. And so I say it is the best horror movie of 2023, in my opinion. Anybody else have a best? Because we're going to have to move on to the worst.
I have one if you want to go really quick.
Yeah,
I'll just do like
let's do it quick.
honorable mentions. Like,
Do it quick.
Cocaine Bear, another fucking amazing
Fun movie
that was kind of low key. I didn't take it serious at first, and I was like, I'm not gonna watch this shit. And then finally it came on Peacock, I think it was, and I just like put it on there, and I was like, I'm ready for some outlandish shit. Not only was it funny, but these are some of the fucking craziest kills I've ever seen in my life. And you think about the whole like atmosphere. We talk about like, you know, setting plays a big factor, right? Like imagine if a fucking drugged up, coked up bear is fucking chasing you. It's scary enough when a bear's chasing you. That's why Leonardo DiCaprio won an Oscar, right? But it's just like, imagine a cocaine raged bear and you have to fucking fight it out. Like it's crazy. I thought that was a really good movie, like really good horror movie.
It was good, and
it was fun.
It set me down a rabbit hole. Yes.
It was fun. It was fun.
There's Cocaine Shark too, unrelated, but still, yeah, set me down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, it was definitely. It's fun. It was insane, but it was definitely a good time. And sometimes you just need those kind of movies where you just have a good time.
Exactly. A couple honorable, like Talk to Me was okay. We talked about that a little bit.
I'll get into that.
And Resident Evil Death Island, which was animated. And that was insane. I'm a big Resident Evil fan. Animations, they're doing it right. I still want to Welcome to Raccoon City 2. I'll just call it Resident Evil 2. But we need that. But yes, that movie was great too. And yeah, that's pretty much it, you know?
Sabrina, do you have any honorable mentions?
I don't know if you guys saw The Pope's Exorcist.
I like that. I thought it was hilarious.
It was good. It was so funny.
Russell Crowe was great.
An honorable mention. Honorable mention.
I love the when he does that to the little nuns. Like that's
one of my
weird.
friends recommended that to me, and I finally sat down and watched it, and I was like, all right, I get the hype.
Yep,
I'm in it.
I liked it.
It's a good one.
I enjoyed it very much, very much. Let's move on to the worst. Mr. Malave, you mentioned something. I'd like to touch on it very quickly. You mentioned Talk to Me. I didn't like that movie.
Yeah.
Because, okay, I liked it and I didn't like it. I liked it because I thought it was a fucking great idea.
Mention, right?
I thought it was a great idea. They took a fucking porcelain hand and they made it like a drug. A great job. Those are YouTubers that fucking directed this. I thought they did a great job. The problem is everybody was sitting there being like, oh my God, this is the best horror movie in the world, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, we've seen this before. It's just, instead of a Ouija board, it's a porcelain hand. That's the only fucking difference. The girl that plays the main chick, she was phenomenal in that movie.
Yep.
She would be fantastic as Storm if they ever decided to fucking do an X-Men. She'd be great as Storm. But again, I'm sorry, I've seen it before. I'm not saying the movie's shit, but I would say that I was disappointed because it was just an overhyped horror movie where they were like, oh man, this is blah, 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 blah. And then the way it ends, you're just like, really? That's the way you want to go with this? So, but props to the directors because, again, you went from YouTube to directing a fucking movie and you did a great, because the movie shot beautifully. Writing is a little shit, but otherwise, I would say I was disappointed in Talk to Me.
Yeah, I was hyped for the movie Talk to Me, and it let me down. That's why it was an honorable mention away because it has potential still, but it was okay.
Sure.
I had such mixed reviews from it that I still haven't seen it.
All right, put it on the list.
It is already on the list. Like it's been on my list. Such mixed reviews. I'm like, I'll get to it eventually, but I guess there's other movies that I need to watch before it. So.
Well, let's talk about another worst. Sabrina, what would you say? Give me a worst.
I feel like I should just get these out of the way because I feel like they might be the worst for all of us.
Okay.
And that's two of them, which was Exorcist Believer and Five Nights at Freddy's.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm going to bypass those because we've already torn them a new one. Like they were just awful.
That's fair.
So besides those two movies being some of the absolute worst, have you guys seen Cobweb?
Yes, I did.
I was disappointed.
I liked it, and I was disappointed with the twist because the acting in it was great.
Solid movie until that twist, and that twist ruined it for me.
It was like a Tim Burton film.
Yeah, they completely fucked it up with that twist.
I agree 1,000%. Like it was obvious where it was going, but then when you see her, you're like, what?
You're like, that. What a face reveal. That's all I can say.
What
a reveal.
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Anthony Starr was great.
Have you seen Cobweb?
No, I have not.
It's worth
like
watching.
I want you to watch it so you understand.
It's worth watching.
It's one of those movies. It's like it's worth watching, but don't get so hype about it.
I gave it 2.5.
A lot of spiders.
No,
not necessarily with like the spiders and whatnot. But
I'm not sure why it's called Cobweb because spiders are like
so
really the
Lizzie,
thing, but like she herself is like kind of spider.
Lizzie Kaplan and Anthony Starr are fucking great in it. They're the parents. Yes. They're fucking awesome in that movie, and the kid is fucking great too. Like the acting is really good, and then when the twist happens, you're like, and I'm done. You're like, I'm not doing this Tim Burton shit no more because that's what it became.
Solid movie.
Solid.
Was great until I saw the twist, and the twist completely ruined
I gave it 2.5 stars. That shit would have gotten 4 stars if it would have stuck to the script, but it dropped because I said, nope, that's dropping. Like that was, But I would say, you should probably watch it one time.
All right, I'll put it on the list for one time.
Just one time. It's a one-time watch.
Yeah, for sure.
One time. Mr. Malave, do you have one? Worst?
Yeah, no, I do. Insidious Red Door.
Oh, I didn't even see that one.
I haven't seen it yet
Oh my
either.
God.
I was so hyped for it. Why?
You know why? You know why you were hyped? I'll tell you why you were hyped. It was the original cast. They came back. That's why you were hyped, right? You were like, yes, they're going to finish it. And then, of course, they
I was hyped for it to come full circle.
But it did, but it didn't, right? So it did kind of, but like the way and how it became full circle, and it was so like it was almost like, come on, really? All this shit has happened, right? And like the parents are not even together anymore, and then the kid is old, and he has like him and his dad's relationship got bad, and the kid's going to fucking college, and stuff starts happening again, and like he has to go back, and then they do flashbacks with the kid, and then the father has to go back inside, all because they have to like close this door, right? Mm-hmm. You want to know how it closes, or you want me to just shut up?
No, go for it.
Yeah, you can go
Spoilers. For it. They just painted black.
They saw a red door and they wanted to paint it black, Matt.
That in your head.
The stone said it first.
Black.
I see a little red door and
it was not.
That actually makes me mad.
Honestly,
They took it from the Stones.
You could have explained who that Darth Maul character was. You could have like.
I wanted to
dove
see
deep
more of
into-
him. Is he in it?
Yeah, a little, but
The lipstick
You know?
demon.
I mean, a little doesn't do it for me. I mean, like,
I need more
I got a
Maul.
little of him in the
Explains so
first
much.
movie.
More
like-
Darth Maul.
Show me more creepy
that
Darth Maul.
and like the wife and him broke up because like. Can I keep spoiling it? I mean, I gave
Yeah.
you the worst one.
I
So
don't care about spoilers.
the last part, the reason why the wife broke up is because their relationship got messed up, and she was kind of like mad because he was distant and all this other stuff. But after the first movie where they saved the child and he came back out with it, they made them like erase their memory, so then that way they don't remember what happened.
Oh, that's shit.
So now the wife and everything, they get into some shit because he's distant. They're not the same, and they break up. And then you're like, wait, what? Like, she told him to erase his memory.
You're gonna fuck the guy up, man.
Like, are you kidding me? Like, it was all over the place. It didn't live up to the hype. I was an Insidious fan. A lot of those, even the prequels, were okay. Like, this one is just wasn't good, and you let me down because it was the final chapter, supposedly.
That's disappointing. I mean, I'm
Sucked
still gonna
ass.
watch it, but that's disappointing.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I do plan on watching it just because I've seen all the others, and you got to do it. You got to sit down. You got to watch it. I'll give you a worst that I seen that I was actually hyped for the movie, and then and it's called A Haunting in Venice. If you've seen,
I actually like that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, I like Death on the
I
Nile.
didn't go into it thinking like it's a complete horror film, but like as a mystery horror, like yeah.
Well, I love mysteries. That's the thing. Like I love Death on the Nile. I love the Orient Express, like the Death on the Orient. Both of those were so much fun, and it was great mysteries. And I was shocked when they finally show you, go, oh, it's that guy, like, oh, it's that girl, like it made it great. Problem with this movie was it didn't stick to the script, man. Like, here's my issue. Number one, you want to be a horror movie or do you want to be a mystery movie? You could be both. It's very possible. But the whole point of that, he's sitting there, and spoilers, by the way, he's completely against the paranormal. Like, I don't believe in that. You know, that's not, it doesn't exist, none of this shit. And then they have a part where he ends up getting drugged with hallucination fucking shit. So he starts to see stuff. Okay, that makes sense now because he doesn't believe in it, and they make it clear pretty much it's all a rouge anyway. But then all of a sudden he starts seeing shit. And it turns out like the one part, like when the girl comes and grabs the mom and like, no. What first, you don't even, where did you go here? Like you had something, you stuck to the good mystery. You got Michelle Yeoh in the movie who does not make it. She's barely in the fucking movie, just like the other ones, Johnny Depp, Gal Gadot. They didn't last that long. But I didn't like the cast. When Jamie Dolan kills himself, that's Christian Grey. When Jamie Dolan kills himself, it's fucking stupid. Like,
yes.
He just puts the knife and he backs. Like, I hated that. Like, I'm like, what the hell is going on here? She's like, oh, I'll kill the kid. Bullshit, you'll kill the kid. I'm standing right next to him. Go try something right now. Like, try something, bitch. He knows what's going on. And here's the other thing. Tina Fey is in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Tina Fey plays Tina Fey. This movie takes place in like the what was it? Like the 40s, I think. I think it was like 1940s or whatever. Nobody acts like Tina Fey. Nobody acts like Tina Fey acts. But Tina Fey is just being fucking Tina Fey. She has a little twist of her own, which is fucking stupid. I feel they just dropped the ball with this movie. They had an opportunity to keep it that mystery, keep it creepy. The twist, the mystery was garbage. It was shit. Then once they touched on the paranormal shit, you were like, you made it clear in your movie that the whole thing is a rouge. It's all a fucking joke. But now it's real? Fuck you.
See, that's kind of what I liked about it. I
didn't like that.
The fact that it was, you're proving it to be fake. Therefore, everyone knows that it's fake and everyone says, oh, right, it's fabricated. But knowing that there is an element of paranormal that just cannot be explained, I actually like that part. It was a part I could appreciate.
I think it's more it can be appreciated because you're into that too. Like you're like, oh, with haunted houses and all that stuff, and that's great. But it's a movie and it should stick to a certain script. And the hallucination thing, I liked that. I like that. Like that was a twist that he was actually drugged, and that's why he's seeing stuff. And now he's starting to believe. He's starting to realize, holy shit, this shit is fucking real, which makes the audience start to believe as well. Like in the movie, you're going, oh shit, like this is a paranormal movie. And then it's like, oh no, he was just drugged. And you're like, oh, that's pretty good. Like, I like that. And it also now explains to him why he's like, oh, that makes so much sense. And then boom, ghost. And you're like,
right. That way it's kind of, it's
no,
trying to do, it's trying to do a misdirection to where it's
there.
like, oh, hey, he has a reasonable explanation for everything, and therefore the audience is more prone to believe him, where it's like, oh yeah, there is a reasonable explanation. He was drugged. And then when you're comfortable with that knowing, it's like, right. But just because he's drugged doesn't mean everything was as it seems. Like it gives that other air of mystery on the paranormal side where it's like, wait, so is it real or was it? What is everything that he saw a product of the drug, or was some of it real? It leaves that air of you don't know what to believe. Even though they executed it kind of poorly, it still gives that. I
feel like execution on something like that needs to be.
I think that's the problem.
It does,
and
yes.
like Shyamalama Ding Dong tries to do that all the time.
Very true.
And he fails miserably. So
he's got a.
I think that makes a lot of sense because, like, when you put it that way, that's like, all right, that actually works. But like you said, it's based on execution. They did not execute it that way, so it's make up your mind. Is it a mystery? Is it a horror? It could be both, but you need to have that
both,
line.
But they did more of one than the other.
And then they tried to surprise you with the horror. They were like, oh, yeah, no, we forgot. This is also like haunting. So here's a ghost. And you're like...
Like, I don't like the ending. I'll give you that.
No, the ending was shit.
I love that movie. That I wouldn't say like, oh my God, you need to see it. Like, it's top 10. You need... Like, nah.
The other two
I would say
were
it was
much
a good
better.
movie.
Other two are much better. They should have stuck...
The other two are much better.
Just stick to the mysteries. The Knives Outs, because
they knew exactly what they were.
And
this one's supposed to be a combination of two, and I feel like they did more mystery than horror. But like I would still say it was a good movie.
I wouldn't, but that's just
I respect that opinion too. I mean,
it's just my opinion.
It's the opposition, which is totally fine.
But I'll give you one more before we get ready for the bell to sound, because this is one movie that has to be put on the list of the worst movie of 2023, and that's Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Woo!
Still didn't see it.
That movie's bad.
I'm making it a thing to not see it,
I'm saving it for a very
now,
specific friend group.
Because now we're going to have to do an episode on it, so...
I'm saving it for a very specific friend group.
What do you got?
When the other two are down, we're going to watch it. There will be alcohol.
I promise you, I am going to take the strongest edible I can, and I will sit down and watch it and the peak of my high.
That's bad. It's a bad movie.
It's
getting a sequel. It's getting a sequel.
I still seem like scenes, and I'm just like this. I just can't see myself watching this ridiculous, horrible movie.
Speaking of domains being up for sale, you do realize about Mickey Mouse, right?
Yeah, Mickey's out there now.
I see the trailer already. I see the trailer for one of them already.
I immediately thought of you, Tommy, and
but that one
can
looks
only
serial
imagine
killer-esque.
what fresh hell awaits us.
It's not like they're mutated.
Here's the thing.
It's not a mouse killing people. It's a guy in a mouse mask.
Yes. But here's
he might as well be dead
tormenting.
mouse.
Here's the thing.
No, because they're not mutated. Like, he's not like, you seen Winnie the Pooh. What the fuck was that?
But here's the thing. Keep in mind, all right? Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey was made for $100,000. That was the budget, okay? Do you know how much money it made?
Yeah, I know.
Too much.
Because people are
$5.2 million. It's getting a sequel. We're getting a fucking Peter Pan, a Bambi movie. We're getting Tigger in the next one. We're getting Owl in the next one. And actually, if you see the stills, it actually looks legit.
Have you guys seen Carousel?
No.
It is again, one of my favorite B horror movies. You guys know I'm all about the B train of horror films. It is insane. Like, show me the worst horror film you've ever seen, and I'd probably either already saw it or I love it. I would rather watch Carousel 9 times and its sequel, which the sequel was terrible. If you guys ever watch it, don't watch the sequel. It's terrible. I would rather watch that than Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Cool. So we're going to watch Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey then, obviously.
And then I'm going to make you guys watch Carousel.
That's happening, obviously. Now
because it's a horror comedy, and it's great.
I hate you both right now.
It's going to happen. We're going to do that.
Listen, Matt, I feel like you're going to get a kick out of Carousel at least.
All right.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I am upset just talking about it as long as we have.
It's okay because
I don't want to watch it. I really don't.
Because it's the worst.
We're done talking.
You know it's so bad where you've seen it, Tommy, and then you're telling us we have to see it because it's so bad, and we're still like, I'm boycotting this shit because
I
it's
mentioned
so
this
bad.
at Spooky Empire on the panel. I do not want to watch it.
I don't. Nothing. Every time I'm like, yo, let me see one of the kills. Maybe it's pretty. No, I still don't. Like, you come on, then you show me his face. I hate it. I hate everything of this.
No, it's absolutely terrible. And he talks in it, and it's terrible.
He talks in it?
Yeah, one line. That's it. He says one line.
Do you remember what the line was?
You left.
That's all he says?
Yep. Like, you left. Like, not even.
I don't want to watch it.
I don't care.
It's really bad. It's bad. But we will watch it. It may be on the second semester. It may be on the third semester. I won't tell you because maybe I'll wait till the sequel comes out and then we do a double feature. It's possible.
Oh no.
But
I'll wait that long.
But that's it. We're done. 2023 is now in the past. Okay, it's gone.
Thank
we don't
God.
have to worry about it. We're moving on to 2024, where maybe we get some great horror movies, maybe we get some shit horror movies.
Right, but okay.
Well, we'll be talking Night Swim on an episode actually. So it is now time to say goodbye. The bell's going to be sounding pretty soon, so let's say our goodbyes. We'll start with the ace in the hole, or the what was it again?
Florida's favorite creep.
Florida's favorite creep. The second round's favorite creep. Night School Horror's favorite creep. We got to remember that. I got to write it down so I can remember that. So, Sabrina, say your goodbyes.
I still don't want to watch Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, but 2024 is full of opportunities. I know it hasn't started out the best with Night Swim, but it's January. You know what? We are only like a couple days into the new year, so I have high hopes. Some expectations may be low, but high hopes for 2024. Everything horror. I'm here for it.
All right. Mista Malave, the music man.
That's right, man. I mean, I had fun reflecting on 2023 and shitting on 2023. And I hope and pray that we get some better shit in 24. The strikes are over. Everything is good. And we love our horror movies, so we need some good ones. Like I alluded to, I already seen one and it wasn't great, but let's just say it's only up. We have to start on the ground level. It's only up from here, hopefully. You know what I mean? But I'm more excited for this semester. You know what I mean? I always like the first episodes because they're like orientation all over again, right? We go a little longer. We have to, express ourselves, reflect, talk about things. And then, we go into the semester full force. And from what we're alluding to in this episode, with all the things we're going to, hopefully not revisit Blood and Honey, but who knows? That's what's great about Night School Horror. So if it's still time to enroll, people, if you want to enroll, you have to do it soon. You have to keep tuning in every time and just come and talk, because we love horror. I love horror, and I cannot wait to keep talking and being here with you guys. So thank you. I'll see you next time, guys. The longest reigning Who You Got champion right here. Peace.
All right, Mr. Malave. Yeah, this should be a great semester. It's the second semester, season 2 of Night School Horror. We're going to learn, we're going to hate, and we're going to love. That's what's going to happen this semester. I'm very excited to watch Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey with both of you, because it's fucking happening. If the new one comes out this year, then it's definitely happening. But that could be for the third semester. We don't know. Thank you, everybody that's been tuning in. And of course, as you know, as Mr. Malave said, you got to enroll because there's so much more to come and it's going to get even more exciting. And I'm also very excited to do some more pop quizzes, Sabrina.
Yeah,
Definitely
I got
more,
you.
Definitely more pop quizzes. So, all right, we will see you guys
Creepy
next
quizzes.
week. Ooh, that's it. Creepy
Ooh.
quizzes.
They can come up anytime.